So on tonight's episode of Humbly Dope Cooking, we are bringing Chinese takeout to the dinner table with this deconstructed egg roll in a bowl. Intro. Welcome to another episode of Humbly Dope Cooking. I love to start my videos out with welcoming you into my home and welcoming you into my kitchen. So tonight we are making a deconstructed egg roll in a bowl. So basically what this is an egg roll with all of the ingredients but without the deep fried egg paper. We love doing Chinese takeout. I know my husband and my son, Chinese food is like #1 to them. But we have been trying to watch what we eat lately and try to make some substitutions and eat a little bit healthier. So basically with this dish, it's everything that comes inside of an egg roll, but without the deep fried part. So let's get into these ingredients. So here I have my coleslaw and carrot mixture. And this is actually from a coleslaw package. So just go pick it up from the grocery store, but make sure it has the carrots inside because some of the packaging do not have the carrots. Right here we are using ground turkey. Now some of the recipes, I know you can do ground pork, you can do ground beef, you can do shrimp, you can do chicken, however you want to prepare it or whatever protein you want to use for it. So actually, if you do decide to make this dish, be sure to drop down in the comments and let me know what protein you decided to use for this. I have some green onions here. I have a cup of sweet onions diced. Make sure you use sweet onions. I have some chicken stock, and I have actually a soy sauce mixture. So this mixture consists of Sriracha sauce, a couple of splashes of lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, and I think I already said soy sauce, but I'll be sure to have all of the ingredients in the description box below. Over here we have, instead of doing the regular salt and pepper, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some of the chicken bouillon flavor into it. I have some minced garlic, pepper, I have some toasted sesame seeds, sesame oil, and also ginger. Now for the ginger and the sesame oil, I don't want you to think that you will never use it again because you will. Because actually the sesame oil, it gives a nutty flavor to any dish that you use. So it's really good on stir fries. You can use it on a frozen stir fry that you pick up from the grocery store. You can saute your vegetables in it. You can use it in your rice. You can also fry some meat up with it. So this is something that you will definitely use in the future. Now also with the ginger, I decided instead of getting a real ginger root, I decided to get this. Not only is it easier, because I just wasn't sure what to do with the ginger root, but again, just like the sesame seed oil, you can use it again you can make salad dressings with it, marinades, you can use it on meat, veggies. So this is something that you can also bring a new flavor to an old dish. And that's something that I really do want to promote here on my channel and on my videos, is that a lot of times you don't have to make a different dish. You have to make the same dish but with different flavors and it'll feel like something completely new. But this is all that we need right here. Not a lot, such a quick dish. So let's go ahead and get over to the stove and get this egg roll cooking. First off, we are going to brown the ground turkey. So go ahead and put your pan on the stove. Now with ground turkey, it can be dry. So you want to add a little olive oil to the pot. So smash that around a little bit. And let that cook. And then while this is browning, we're going to go ahead and add in our sweet onions. I'm going to gauge it. I don't think I'm going to use all of them. I just don't want it to be real overpowered with the onions. So I had a cup of sweet onions. So I did a little bit more than half of it. And I think that will do the trick. So we're going to let this brown up. And so a lot of recipes, they want you to brown the ground turkey before you add the seasonings. But I'm just not that person. I feel like the seasonings will catch when the meat is actually cooking. So that's what I like to do. Now, like I said, I'm not doing the salt. I am going to use the Knorr Bouillon powder. I usually do the cubes, but a lot of times the powder is just so much easier than the cubes. So we're gonna sprinkle some. Now don't worry, I'm gonna have all of the measurements and ingredients for you, but just sometimes you gotta just eyeball it, use your tablespoon or your teaspoon, and you're good to go. So do that a stir, or give that a stir. So stir that up, and you want it to cook so the ground turkey can brown, and also that the onions can become translucent. So we're going to add some pepper to it. Set that to the side. Mix your pepper up. Now, I haven't cooked ground beef in a while, so I really even couldn't tell you how long it takes to brown. But I know as far as ground turkey, it does not take that long. Now, typically, you might drain the juices and the fats that come from your ground meat. But by this being turkey, and like I said, it can get dry. A lot of times, I just don't drain the juices that come out of it. I use it as another addition of flavor. So actually, that is almost brown. Let that cook a little bit more. Then we're going to go ahead and get our minced garlic together. Now, as far as the minced garlic, on the cap, oh, you can really smell that garlic. On the cap, it'll tell you that actually a half a teaspoon is equal to 1 clove of garlic. So far as with this, I don't want to overdo the garlic with this dish. So I would say do 1 teaspoon of garlic. I think that would be enough to get the good flavor in. So give that a stir. Measuring. We're gonna do our teaspoon of garlic. Mix that in. Now, I don't know about you, but a lot of times in the kitchen, like I have my spoons, I have my saucers. I just feel like sometimes it's more functional than a lot of the other kitchen utensils that they have out there for you to use. I'm just old school. I just grew up with my grandma cooking, using spoons and saucers and plates, and my mom and just people around me, other women in my family. So this is what I always go to. So now we are going to add our minced ginger, and we're going to do a half a tablespoon of this. Like I said, I don't want to overpower. And a lot of times when you buy herbs and seasonings that are pressed or minced, the flavor is very robust. And so you just don't want to overdo it, especially as far as your taste goes. Now, if you're a garlic person, ginger person, onion person, go crazy with it. I'm a mild person as far as onions and lemongrass and ginger and basil and everything else. So this is good and brown. So we're gonna move this spoon over here. So while this is cooking, I actually want to show you my shirt. This is my Whitney Houston shirt that my mom got me for Black History Month. And so I really love this shirt. I'm a Whitney Houston fan. My name is Whitney. She's my namesake. And so I just really love my mom for giving me that.
One of these, Gina. Oh.
Whitty Hutton.
Oh, baby.
Whitty Hutton.
Yeah, Witty Hutton, Gina. Bruh, man can't spell.
Okay, so now we are going to add the slaw mix. So I got 1 pack, I think it's like 14 ounces if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to add that in. And I'm actually going to get my tongs. I need to clean my drawers out. Do y'all do that? Like, do y'all clean your drawers out regularly, or when stuff kind of get messy, do you clean it out, or do you just kind of let it be? I kind of let mine be until it get unbearable. Then I go ahead and clean it out. I probably shouldn't have told y'all that, but sometimes you just get lazy. So actually the tongs work very well into mixing the slaw and the meat together. So this needs to cook about 5 to 7 minutes, or until the cabbage is a little bit more wilted and the carrots are a little bit more wilted. But while we have that, we're gonna go ahead and add our mixture. And so like I said before, this is soy sauce, sriracha, splashes of lemon, and apple cider vinegar. Now the apple cider vinegar gives it that acid, that tang to it. But I didn't add a lot. Like I said, I'm gonna have all the measurements down there for you. But now it's time to add in this mixture. So we got that in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our sesame seed oil. And I'm gonna do a little bit less than a tablespoon. Like I said, it's a real nutty flavor, so you don't want to overpower it again. But if you're a fan, go ahead and add as much as you like. So we're gonna give that another stir. Now your ground turkey is brown, so it's basically done. Even though the carrots and the cabbage still needs to cook, I do suggest doing a good taste test. This way you can add whatever more ingredients you need to add, and it still has time to really cook and marinate. So we're gonna let that go. We're gonna grab a tasting spoon. All right, let's see how this goes. Let's see. This is really good. I can really catch the flavors. I can taste the nuttiness from the sesame seed oil. I probably would add some more chicken seasoning in it. I might add a little bit more garlic. But this is so important to taste test while you're cooking. But make sure that whatever protein that you're cooking with is done. So we're gonna add a little bit more of our chicken seasoning. Add that in there. Right now I'm just eyeballing. You know what? It's a meme that's going around online that says black people don't measure. We just wait for the ancestors to tell us to stop. That's just so funny to me, because measuring is not really a big thing in our culture. We just eyeball it and we taste it and we go as we go. So once you kind of have your set measurements, when you go back to do your taste testing, that's the perfect time to just kind of throw some more stuff in there, kind of eyeballing it. And then once you make the dish again, you really don't have to measure it, because you kind of already know how much to add of what. So like I said, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more garlic. This has to cook for another 5 to 7 minutes. Taste as you go, add as you need to. And so we're gonna let this cook, and then we'll be right back.
A few minutes later.
Egg roll in the bowl is done. It was cooked in, I say, about 10 minutes. Prep time didn't take much longer than that. So we're gonna go ahead and plate. And actually this bowl I have is so cute. I love the chopsticks that come with it. And actually I use these a lot to eat my ramen noodles with. Yes, I'm a college student, I'm still eating ramen noodles, but no. So let's go ahead and plate. So we're gonna get a couple of scoops. And like I said, I just feel like the tongs is just a better utensil for this. So we're gonna get our green onions. Top that off with that. We're gonna do a little bit of Sriracha for some heat. Uh-oh. There we go. And sprinkle some sesame seeds on top. And we are done. So let's go ahead and do a taste test. But before I taste test, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel and this video. Also, leave some comments below. I love to have a chat with you guys and kind of see what you like to substitute or what other dishes that you like to prepare as far as in the sense of East meets West. So let's go ahead and get this going. This is really good. And it really tastes like an egg roll. This is a really great dish. It is so good. So look, guys, like I said, you don't have to recreate the wheel. You don't have to make a new meal. You can use the same things that you usually cook with, but all you have to do is just use new flavors and new ingredients to bring it to life. And I still want to give a special shout out to my girl Whitney here on my shirt. Like I said, I'm a big Whitney Houston fan. I just want to thank my mom again for sending me this shirt. You can catch me on Instagram at IAM_humblydope. You can also catch me on Pinterest with Humbly Dope Cooking, and also the same name with Facebook. So until we meet again, always be creative, think outside the box, and you too can be humbly dope in the kitchen. I'll see y'all next time.
Whitney?
Hey, baby.
How you doing? We're getting our screen down here. Oh, there comes your head.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, that's you.
Isn't that cool?
Is that your kitchen?
Yes, this is my kitchen.
I, for some reason, cannot see you cooking. Have you ever been in that room before today?
Baby, I'm in this kitchen every day.
Stop.
I cook every day.
Let me see what's behind. What's in that drawer right behind you there? On your
Which
left.
one?
The, right,
This one right here?
That one, yes.
This one, this has pots in it. Why y'all laughing?
Because we know you ain't never seen them pots. You looked in and said, she looked in. Whitney.
I cooked the whole meal today.
No, Whitney, you opened that drawer and you said, this one has pots in it.